Thanksgiving morning in Black Ridge Valley began with quiet snow, until rancher Cole Maddox opened his barn and froze. A young woman lay curled in the hay, clutching a thin baby to her chest, both trembling from the cold. Her eyes snapped open, wild with fear. Before she could run, Cole lifted his hand slowly and whispered, "Easy, darlin'. No one's hurting you here." Then softer, "You're home now." The woman staggered to her feet, placing herself between Cole and the infant. The baby's small cough cut the cold air like a knife. Cole noticed her clothes, wet, ripped, far too thin for winter. Her boots were mismatched, her fingers purple from frost. "How long have you been out there?" he asked. She didn't answer. Instead, she whispered, "Please, we'll leave. Just let us warm up for a minute." Cole shook his head gently. "You're not going anywhere, in that condition." He stepped inside and shut the barn doors behind him, blocking the wind. She flinched. He kept his voice calm. "Ma'am, I'm not a threat. I'm a father myself. I know that look. Protectin'. You're young with the last drop of strength you got." Tears welled in her eyes, but she tried to hide them. The baby whimpered. Cole reached into his coat and pulled out a warm blanket. "Here," he said, offering it. The woman hesitated, scanning his face for danger. Finally, she took it and wrapped the child. Cole noticed every bone in her wrists. "What's your name?" After a long pause, she whispered, "Lydia." The name trembled like she feared even saying it. Cole guided her toward the heater at the corner of the barn. When she sat, her body shook violently, hours of cold finally breaking through. "Where's the baby's father?" Cole asked quietly. Lydia stared at the floor, shame flickering across her eyes. "Gone. Left when the baby came early. Said he didn't want a sickly child." Cole's jaw clenched hard enough to crack stone. Lydia looked away quickly as if expecting anger. Instead, Cole knelt to adjust the heater. "A man who walks away from his own child ain't a man. You didn't deserve that." She blinked fast, unused to kindness. Why are you helping us?" she whispered. Cole paused, then said, "'Cause no mother and baby should face winter alone. Not today, not ever." The baby coughed again, a thin, rattling sound that made Lydia panic. She rocked him desperately. Cole stepped closer. "Let me check him. I raised 3 kids. I know a sick cry." She hesitated, then slowly handed the child over. Cole held him with surprising gentleness for such a rugged man. "He's cold, hungry, but I've seen worse. He'll be okay." Lydia burst into silent tears. Cole handed the baby back and stood. "Come inside the house. I got warm food, clean clothes, a fire going." Lydia shook her head fiercely. "No. People don't help without wanting something back." Cole stared at her, stunned by the pain behind those words. "Lydia, I'm offering help because it's right, that's all." But she still didn't move. Cole sighed, then did something unexpected. He removed his hat, placed it gently beside her, and stepped back. "See, I ain't taking nothing from you. Just giving what I can." Lydia stared at the hat, her breath catching. No man had ever lowered himself for her sake. Slowly she rose, hugging the baby. "Okay," she whispered, "just for today." Cole smiled softly. "Good. Let's get you warm." Snow whipped around them as he led her to the porch. Lydia's steps were unsteady, her exhaustion obvious. Cole opened the door, and warmth rushed out like a blessing. "After you," he said. Lydia hesitated at the threshold, as though she had forgotten what a home felt like. Finally she stepped in, and her breath hitched at the fireplace crackling bright. The house smelled of roasted turkey and herbs, Thanksgiving dinner nearly ready. Lydia froze. We shouldn't be here. This is a family day." Cole shook his head. "What's family if not people who need each other?" She lowered her gaze, overwhelmed. He guided her to the sofa. "Sit. I'll get the baby some milk." Lydia's hands trembled as she held her child closer. Cole returned with warm milk and a clean cloth. He handed them gently to Lydia. The baby latched on eagerly, drinking with desperate hunger. Lydia's lips trembled. "Thank you. I haven't eaten in 2 days. He hasn't eaten in longer." Cole felt something shift deep in his chest, rage at whoever had abandoned this woman, and an urge to protect her he didn't fully understand. When the baby finally slept, Lydia sagged back, drained. Cole draped a quilt over her shoulders. "Rest," he said. "You're safe." Lydia looked up sharply. "Safe?" It was as if she couldn't believe the word belonged to her. Cole met her eyes with steady warmth. "As long as you're under my roof, no harm comes near you." Lydia's breath caught again. Trust felt foreign. Thunder rumbled outside. Another storm coming. Cole closed the curtains, stoked the fire, and sat across from her. "Lydia, you don't have to tell me everything today, but I want you to know this. You're not a burden. And you're not alone anymore." Lydia held her baby tight, a tear sliding down her cheek. For the first time in months, she whispered, Thank you, sir. Night fell hard, wind slamming against the windows. But inside the house, warmth wrapped around Lydia like a forgotten dream. Cole prepared 2 plates, placing one gently in front of her. She stared at the food, real food, steaming, seasoned, enough for days. I can't take this, she whispered. Cole sat across from her. You're not taken. You're being given. There's a difference. Her throat tightened as she lifted the first batias she ate. Cole quietly fixed a small crib near the fire. Lydia watched him, confused. Why are you doing that? He shrugged lightly. A baby shouldn't sleep cold. Lydia blinked rapidly, overwhelmed. No man had ever moved for her unless it benefited him. Cole didn't ask for her past, didn't judge her torn clothes. He simply made space for her child like it was the most natural thing. When the baby stirred, Cole reached over and soothed him with a steady hand. Lydia gasped softly. Her child calmed instantly. Cole smiled. I had a daughter who cried like thunder, learned a few tricks. Lydia studied him carefully. There was strength in him, yes, but also a kind of gentleness she'd only ever imagined. It made something protective and aching rise in her chest. Storm winds howled louder, rattling the roof. Lydia shivered despite the heat. Cole noticed and placed another log in the fire. You're safe, he repeated, voice low as a promise. Lydia hugged herself. I haven't been safe in a long time. Cole paused, leaning forward. Then let this be the first night that changes. Lydia swallowed hard, feeling that shift again, the one telling her this man meant every word. Later, when she tried to stand, her knees buckled. Cole caught her before she hit the floor. Easy, he murmured. Lydia froze at the closeness, expecting roughness, but Cole simply supported her weight without gripping too tight, without assuming anything. You need rest, he said. Your body's fighting to stay upright. She nodded weakly, surprised when he guided her to a warm guest room instead of the barn. She hesitated in the doorway. You're giving me a bed? Cole raised a brow. Where else would you sleep? She lowered her gaze. Men I've met, they only give kindness for a price. Cole's eyes softened with something close to anger, but not at her. Lydia, I don't buy or borrow dignity. You're a human being. You sleep in a bed. Those words struck her deeper than he knew. The baby slept peacefully in the crib by her side. Lydia sank into the blankets, tears sliding silently down her temples. She could hear Cole in the other room prepping wood, checking windows, making the house secure. Every sound he made was a reassurance. He was staying close, not to trap her, but to protect her. For once, she allowed herself to believe it. Sometime near midnight, Lydia woke to muffled coughing, Cole's. She peeked from the doorway and found him sitting by the dying fire, rubbing his chest. Are you sick? She whispered. He jumped slightly. Didn't mean to wake you. She stepped closer, uncertain. You helped us. Let me help you. Cole looked up at her with tired, grateful eyes. You don't owe me anything. She knelt anyway, handing him warm tea. They sat quietly together, firelight painting soft gold across their faces. Cole looked at her, truly looked. You got more strength than you know, he said. Lydia shook her head. All I've done is survive. Cole leaned back. Surviving is strength. The baby stirred and Lydia rushed to him. Cole watched the tenderness in her touch, something fierce rising in his chest at the sight. By dawn, the storm had ended. Sunlight spilled across the house like a gift. Lydia stepped onto the porch, breathing the crisp air. Cole joined her. What happens now? She asked quietly. Cole looked at her, steady and sure. You and that little one, stay here. As long as you need. Longer if you want. Lydia's heart hammered. No man had ever offered her choice. She shook her head slowly. I don't want to be a burden. Cole stepped closer, voice low, almost shaking. Lydia, since the moment I found you in that barn, I haven't once felt burdened. I've felt purpose. She looked up sharply, breath catching. Cole continued. You don't owe me anything, but I'd like the chance to give you both a life better than the one you ran from. Tears filled her eyes. What if people talk? What if they judge? Cole chuckled softly. Let 'em. Folks talk about anything that ain't their business. His expression softened. I see a good woman, a strong mother, and if anyone has an issue with you staying here, they can take it up with me. The certainty in his tone washed over her like warmth. Lydia hesitated, then whispered, Cole, I didn't just run from hunger. The man I left, he said he'd come for us. He always does. Cole's face darkened with protective fire. If he comes, he meets me first. Lydia gasped as he gently took her trembling hands. You're not alone now. I won't let anyone lay a finger on you or your child. She believed him, every word. Cole looked at the baby sleeping in her arms, then at her. Lydia, it's Thanksgiving, a day for gratitude, and I'm grateful you walked into my life. She covered her mouth, overwhelmed. Cole swallowed hard. If you'll let me, I'd like to make this your home. Not for a night, for as long as you'll have me. Lydia's voice broke as she whispered, We're home, Cole. And he whispered back, Yeah, you are.